Hello everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, conversations worth having. I hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. Some of you might be watching this on Wednesday or Sunday. Either way, I hope you're having a great day. And if this is your first time joining, welcome. My name is Ed. I'm your host, and I am the tech savvy business strategist. I help overwhelmed business owners overcome their obstacles. Help them get organized and help them overcome today's tech challenges because let's face it, the tech struggle is real, right? Can you tell me yes if you are facing tech struggles in your business? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Replay viewers, I talk to you guys all the time throughout the live broadcast, so don't be shy. If this is your first time joining, huge welcome. In the comments is where you'll find all the information in terms of my website, edtroxel.com. Over there, if you're not on my email list yet, that's what you're going to want to do right after this episode because Friday is when I send out my newsletter. So I send out a weekly newsletter to help keep you informed. It gives you all the episodes from this past week of Ed Talk TV and more. Let me tell you guys, if you have not signed up for my email list yet, I will tell you that last week's email was amazing, not because I wrote it, but because you guys responded. It connected with a lot of you and your responses were amazing. And I don't know about you guys, but how many of you get responses to your emails on a regular basis? When you do, it's the most amazing thing. So just saying it's worth having in your inbox, at least for a few tries, just to be like, okay, I'll give this guy a chance. Let's see, because it's a lot of fun. So that's what you'll do over there. Hello, Mickey. Hello. So make sure that you comment and say hello. But also, if you're new, especially if you're new, you want to make sure that you let us know how you found us and what you do. Because it's not just me you're talking to, it's everyone else in the comments, both during the live broadcast and the replay. That's what you have to remember. We get so many replay viewers because people are busy. I get it. People are busy. We also do this show 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, here on the Facebook page, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Roughly, it can go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Today is going to hopefully be pretty short because I have a training that I'm supposed to be in right now. But I'm here with you guys. That's the dedication, right? That's the dedication. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't liked, followed, and see first my page on Facebook, I know it's a pain in the butt. Make sure you do that. But even if you do that, make sure to put in your calendar a reminder, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, Ed Talk TV. Because why? What's the benefit for you? Why do you care? Why would you want to put me in your calendar? That's kind of personal, right? Because this is your personal development time or your professional development time, whatever you want to call it. Even if I'm not here, let's say the show's canceled for the day or something, you still have blocked out that time in your calendar, which many of you should be living by, and that allows you to then go ahead and read that book you wanted to read. Go check out that website you've been wanting to look at. Go write that paper for your next blog or for your actual book. Like whatever it is that's on your to-do list, this is that time that's protected for you to either tune into the show and or do your work. So there you go. There's that. Hey, Whitney, welcome. Hello, Tina, welcome. Mickey says, I used to face tech struggles in my business until I joined the Hey Ed community. Now when tech problems pop up, I'm all like, quote, hey Ed, and they get knocked right on down. Priceless. It's true. It is true. If you guys don't know what Hey Ed is, when you're over on my website later after this show, please take a look at it because it is for every entrepreneur, business owner. If you're trying to run a business, it's for you because it helps you with business and tech. And it's amazing. We have amazing people. Hey, Whit, we have amazing people in the community, and it is priceless, to be honest. And what you get for the price all month long, you're not going to get anywhere else. I guarantee it. It's so much fun. So be sure to check out Hey Ed. Don't let the name fool you. If you're kind of like, well, I don't really get the name, it's because you're asking for tech help or you're asking business questions. And the first response is usually, hey Ed, do you know XYZ? Or hey Ed, can you help me with? Hey Ed, can you point me somewhere? So that's where the name came from. So we're going to jump into some random news before we talk about Facebook today and what I am kind of just over with Facebook. And I probably won't stop it completely, but I'm going to be a little I'm going to be doing some changes here, and I want to share those with you because, like we always say when we're on the show, if you've been following us, you got to test. It's all about testing and paying attention to your post. Hey, Tammy, welcome. It's all about paying attention to your post and seeing what that testing is all about. So we're going to cover that. But before we do, we're going to talk about random news. So this one's fun. Today, I went over and I'm doing some updates in terms of moving some old blog posts to the new blog and everything. And I imported them, and WordPress, how many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you just hearing the name WordPress, you're kind of like, no, like you cringe, like you're just like, please, no, I don't even want to hear the W word, like, no. How many of you, even if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments. So today I moved some old blog posts over to my new blog, and this is what popped up afterwards. Import WordPress, all done, have fun. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this is hilarious. The fact that, one, they added some humor to it, but two, it's one of those things that it stresses everyone out. Just the name WordPress stresses people out. But the fact that you imported something when you're not really sure if it's going to work or not, and then at the end it says, all done, have fun. You're kind of like, I can breathe again. I can get rid of these I can get rid of these sweat stains. Try saying that 5 times fast. Woo! It's like, yes, WordPress gave me a rough time. Yeah, it's one of those things that, it is hard. Tammy's it's almost like they're real people. Have fun. I know. So here's the thing, you guys. This is fun, right? You can relate to it. Take things like this and apply it to what you're doing in your business, into your marketing efforts, into your responses. When you're over on my website later, take a look at the different action buttons, especially on the Hey Ed page, because they're fun. I just made changes to them recently, and then the next day somebody was like, Ed, I was over there and I was signing up for Hey Ed, and I love your action buttons. And I thought they were talking about somebody else's because they didn't say Hey Ed in the first email. So I thought they were talking about somebody else's website with the call to action buttons. And so I had to clarify. I was like, oh, you mean my site? They're like, yeah, your site, because it's definitely not this other site. So I just thought that was fun. Hey, Pamela, welcome. Yeah, WordPress stresses us out, right? Tammy says, where did they have fun link go? Actually, I don't know, Tammy. I didn't click on the link because I was done. I was like, I needed to get things checked off my list, and this has been sitting on my list for over a week, technically longer, but really on my list the last week. So I was literally done. Wham, bam, let's move it on. So there's that one. The other fun thing in random news, here's some fun facts. I didn't know about this. How many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you guys use WhatsApp? Or I always say WhatsApp. 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 How many of you guys use WhatsApp? Shouldn't it just have been called WhatsApp app? I don't know. It just WhatsApp just is weird. Anyway, they're making updates onto the WhatsApp, and they're going to have, starting soon, they're rolling out encrypted calls, video calls, for up to 4 people now. Before it was only 2. Now it's going up to 4 people. And what's interesting about this article is not just that, that's cool that they're doing that, but did you guys know that Facebook Messenger, you can have a group video call for up to 50 people? How many of you guys knew that, even if you're watching the replay? Did you know, be honest, did you know that you can have a group call on Facebook Messenger for up to 50 people? Now, I don't know about you guys, and you tell me in the comments, what are we going to do on a group call in Facebook Messenger with 50 people? I mean, that just seems like a lot. That's where I'm using Zoom. I don't know why I would want to use Facebook Messenger. I mean, I get it. It's tied to Facebook and it's easier. I don't have to get another app. But I don't know. Maybe that's something we all need to experience. And just hey, Liz, welcome. Yeah, see, you guys didn't have any idea either, right? It's super cool. So I don't know. Maybe we need to do an episode where we just all jump on a Facebook Messenger group video call. How fun would that be? How fun would that be if we got on the show And then we went onto our devices and we got on Facebook Messenger, and then I streamed it here on the show. That's a fun idea. I think we should do that. I think we should get up to 50 people and do that. That would be a lot of fun. So there's your fun fact, is Facebook Messenger, you can have up to 50 people. Snapchat, for all of you Snapchatters, you can have up to 16. And then soon, this is going to be cool. Soon, Apple's FaceTime, the video chat that's built into your iPhones, for those who have iPhones, you can have up to 32 people. Not yet, though. Not yet. So don't be calling all your friends and colleagues and everyone. Like, it's not ready yet. But soon, when iOS 12 launches. Hey, Leslie, welcome. So it's really interesting. Yeah, Pamela says replace Zoom conference. It will be interesting to see, you guys. We'll have to test it. So if anybody wants to test it, let's do this. But I've only done a call with 3 people, including myself, so 2 others. And it's fun, but it's also very hectic too in Messenger versus like Zoom. So it will be interesting to see what the features are and how that all operates, because, 3 was kind of enough, but if you get 50 people, like, that's a lot of people all on one call. And how do they fit all on the screen? That's what I want to know. Like, are we going to have like tiny circles everywhere because the squares won't fit? So I don't know. That's what I think about. And last but not least, in random news today, if you update your Google Maps, first off, how many of you guys use the Google Maps app? Not the Apple Maps, but the Google Maps. How many of you guys use that, even if you're watching the replay? If you update, you will soon, because I don't have it yet on mine, or at least I can't find it right before the show. I couldn't find it before the show. Google Maps has updated now to have this feature called Match, which allows you to get matched up with restaurants. And it kind of gives you, like you see here, 97% match. So when you're looking to go eat somewhere, it will, the technology learning is going to be able to base your restaurant preference, like where you should go, based off of your check-ins, I guess, and all of that stuff. So that's something cool, interesting, a little weird. Again, we're going for convenience in terms of how much privacy do we really want to have, and how much convenience, like time, do we want to save. So when you start opening up things like this, you start saying, okay, I'm good with not having all my stuff private, like just a good reminder. So anyway, that's your random news. Let's jump into today's content, which is going to be about Facebook posts. Now, I have this post up here because this is something I shared earlier, and we've talked about this on the show before. How many of you guys have a business page? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Let me know if you have a business page. You're going to say to yourself, well, why would I post that in the comments if Ed already knows this? Because he knows me. It's good to still post in the comments because people discover you. I'm trying to help you out. So there's that. So post in the comments. Let me know if you have a business page yet. What's interesting, and we've talked about it before, is that when it comes to the business page, and for those who are new, I don't do any paid ads at this point. I have never done any paid ads. That may change in the future, but as of right now, I haven't had any paid ads. So all my stuff is organic, and it's all with you guys helping me in terms of tuning in and hanging out with me and being able to have the conversation right in the comments. So that's how it works. It's all organic, right? Well, what's interesting is Facebook is, I don't know what the deal is anymore, and I don't think anybody really does when it comes to posts, because, we're told don't post anymore with a link in the actual post, right? How many of you guys have heard that, where you're supposed to put the link in the comments, not in the main post, in order to have a better reach for your post? Have you guys heard that before? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to take a sip of water, because always have water when you're live broadcasting. Catching up on the comments. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for jumping in there. Nice. Tammy even put a link to her business page. Tammy knows what's up. There you go. And that is okay for you guys to do that, because I want people to discover you. So go ahead and put that in there if you want. Whit says, yeah, I heard that here. Yeah, you heard it on the show, right? And so we've talked about it before that you're not supposed to put a link in the post. It's supposed to be in the comments if you want to be able to get a better reach. But then we have shown on the show here that that's not the case a lot of the times. Like, it's hit or miss, because I've done a few posts where they are with the link in the actual post, not the comments, that takes you to a website, someone else's website, a news website, and that got more reach than the one where I shared somebody's Facebook post that kept people on Facebook. It's like, what? It's just weird. So again, you have to test out what works for you. Take everything with a grain of salt and say, okay, let me see what happens with my page. Because all the pages are going to be different for the most part. All the posts are going to be different. Remember, you have all these things working in combination with each other. The algorithm, with the time of day, with how active you are on your page versus how much stuff you're sharing, what types of things you're sharing. So there's no right or wrong answer in that. Let's see, Erica says, I tested a link in my post again last week and it ended up being the lowest viewed post of the week. Also did the week before and it was higher reach. Very hit or miss. Thank you. Thank you, Erica, for sharing that. I'm so glad that it's not just me. Carla's like, Facebook is confused. Yeah, Facebook's confused and it's confusing all of us, which is why we have to keep testing, right? And so when I posted this one today, look at the reach. 10 people, you guys. 10 people. Now, this is not a link. I'll state that. This is not a link. But what is it? Can you guys see what this is? I'm going to scroll up. What is this? It's an event. I'm going to be speaking at this event at the end of the week, which I'm super excited about, called Tech Talk. Super excited. I'm going to be a guest speaker there. But I shared this event so that way people in the area can see the event and everything. It's only had 10 people that it's reached, which probably aren't even in my area. And I published that 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. Now, this has happened before when I've shared other people's events or posts. And for me personally, it drives me crazy because when it comes to Facebook, Facebook wants us to stay on their platform. Fine, I get it. It's a business and we're using it for free, so that's fine. And they're encouraging us to share other people's content and be able to connect with each other, right? So when we go through and we try to make these shares, it really ticks me off when it gets low reach because it's like, I'm trying to promote someone. I'm trying to share what they know and share their experiences, their events and everything with others like you guys so that you can be more aware, because that's the whole point of being on social media, right? I'm not trying to spam anybody. Like, I can see if it was like boom, 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 back to back and, it's always like sell, sell, sell or whatever, but I'm actually legitimately sharing real people's posts for the better good. Is that the right way to say it? So it really drives me crazy when this happens. And so, not to discourage you from sharing, you should continue to share, but test on your business page. What you want to test here, I should say, on your business page is not only sharing the events and things like that, but then also creating a brand new post, like brand new. So instead of me sharing this post, what I could have done was just gone up here to the top and popped in a new post with that image and then tagged everyone in there. And I bet you that would have had far more reach. Even if it was 20 more people, it's still going to be better than that one that I shared, which is just really random and weird. So that's a thing that I want you to pay attention to, is really test that. Now, here's another thing for you guys to know about. Now, those who are in the Hey Ed community already had this information, and actually they have all this information, but I'm going to show you just a snippet here of this report because it's important to know. Leslie says, sometimes if I come back to a slow post an hour later to make an edit, it will start to fly with reach, but that's crazy too. Oh, see, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder, maybe I'll have to test that with that post, and maybe I'll go back and tag them and see if anything happens with it. Yeah, it's really weird. So for this, I'm going to show you guys this right here. This is from Hootsuite. And like I said, those in the Hey Ed community already have this report. But let me move my face up here. We'll just go up here for right now. So for July 2018, this is the average Facebook engagement rates. So for the first one, average engagement rate for Facebook page posts, all types, is only 3.91%. If you move over to video posts, look at that, shot up to 6%. 6%. Then if you go over here to Facebook page photos, it's 4.8. So, not terrible, but it's still higher than your, well, I don't know what, I mean, all types, it's kind of like the average, I guess. So you can see though that video, like we've said before, live video especially, but video is still the highest one. And then of course you can see the link post, and then your status updates are the lowest. Liz says, a lot of it's throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's so true, Liz. It's so true. That's why I want to share this stuff with you guys, because I want you to know there's experts out there, of course, around Facebook, and they study everything, and we hear all these different things. And it's not to say that they're not right, because I'm just sharing this with you guys so that way you understand that it's all about testing. And that we got to take advice from everyone, and we just got to test. And like Liz says, throw it to the wall and see what sticks. Because what works today may not work tomorrow, and what works for me may not work for you. So hopefully that makes sense. But this kind of gives you an idea of why we always talk about, and why you always hear from other people too, video. Video, video, video. And it's so important because when it comes to video, you what? You get to connect with each other more, right? Like there's a lot of you guys on here right now that are watching me, that are engaging with us, all of us, and that will be watching the replay and being able to feel like you're right here hanging out with me, talking one-on-one, versus a status post, say, where I just put a few words on there and call it a day and put a fun background. Not to say don't do that, because you'll know I've done that here on the page. And I've been doing that a lot on my personal profile. I haven't gone live on my personal profile in a while. It's just you have to test, because sometimes those status updates with just the fun backgrounds, I've had some that are over 300 reach. So you just never know. Are these good percentages though? Well, to be honest, it's just an overview here from Hootsuite. There's a whole report from Hootsuite here. They're decent. What I wanted to point out the most, though, to show you guys is the video part, is to just know that when you're looking at all the different types of posts that you have available, that video is the one that still speaks. It also, who is your audience too? Yeah, you have to think about who is your audience and what are they doing? What do you want them to do? Things like that. I think 20% would make me happy. Yeah, exactly. Video is king. Now, here's something that I want to show you guys, though. So let me change my screen over. Well, actually, I'll first show it here. So how many of you guys are using Facebook Stories? Facebook Stories. You can tell me if you're using Instagram Stories, too. That's fine. But how many of you guys are using Facebook Stories? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. And if you don't know what Stories is, don't be embarrassed. It's okay. If you don't know what they are, that's fine. Stories is still fairly new for Facebook. Whit says, yes, she uses both Stories on Instagram and Facebook. Nice. When it comes to Facebook, you have your personal story and you have your business page story. We're on my business page right now, and you can see here's my story. So let's just click on it real quick just to see what it looks like. And this is desktop. I'll show you the actual mobile version in a second. Let's see if it will show my story. There we go. So if we're on desktop and we're looking at my story, here's my story, and we're seeing it on desktop. So it's like, awesome, cool. Oh, by the way, this was awesome. I'm so happy about this. So happy. So if you see my story or go watch my story, you'll see this, but I just wanted to pause for a second because this makes everything. So I appreciate it. So anyway, there's the story. So that's my business page story. Now, when stories first came out, which wasn't too long ago, and I've talked about it here on the show, it wasn't that popular. I mean, they're still like up and coming, let's say, here on Facebook. And I had maybe one or two people that would view my story, right? How many of you guys remember that? Well, if we go look at my insights now, look at one of my recent ones from yesterday is up to 9 already. So what does that tell us? That tells us that stories, specifically for business pages, are starting to get noticed now, which is why I told you you need to start practicing with that, start testing it out. And if you're an Instagrammer and you have a Facebook business page, you can create your stories in you can create your stories in Instagram and then share it directly with one tap over to Facebook, to your business page. Boom, you're done. And I will tell you, I do that. You'll see if you go look at my story after this show, when you look at it, I actually did that with all of my stories in the past 24 hours because, well, maybe I should let you guys first guess because I'm always giving you guys everything. Can you guess why I do my stories in Instagram first and then share them to Facebook? Can you guess? I want to see if you guys can guess because it's important. While you guys guess, I'm going to take it off this screen and I'm going to set up my next screen there. So you're trying to guess why I create in Instagram and not on Facebook, for the most part. Wit says time saver. Yep, that is definitely true. It's a time saver because so get this though, you guys. I am more on Facebook. I'm more on Facebook than Instagram. I'm all about Facebook. Like that's where I hang out. Pamela, nice, yes. So I'm all about Facebook. You guys know that. And I do have a presence on Instagram. I don't post a whole lot in my feed as much anymore because I have this love-hate relationship with Instagram and there's just a lot of spam on there. And so for me, I'm just not trying to be all up in that game. But it's good, to still be present and everything. And so from time to time, I do things over there. But I use stories quite a bit because I want to be able to, sorry, I'm setting up my screen while I'm talking to you guys. So I use their stories though, because I do like their features. And so when it comes to Instagram stories, creating their actual story there, they have better features. Why? Because they started with stories. They ripped it off from Snapchat, let's be honest, and then they built it out in Instagram. And then Facebook's like, oh, okay, well, we own Instagram, so I don't know why they can't just copy it. But they're like, oh, we'll pull some parts to our story just so people have it. And they're trying to improve it, but it's kind of weird because they took away the text feature, which I think is really important to have. So I just stick to building it in Instagram, and then I go over and share it to my Facebook business page with one click. So it's not bad. It's pretty darn easy. So see, you guys get so much on this show, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. Boom. Okay, so I want to show you what just happened on Facebook, though. So let me just quickly recap because I don't want to confuse us too much. Facebook business pages have stories. They have an option for you to create stories. You want to start using that. You want to start trying that out. You can do that both on the desktop and the mobile version. If you're an Instagrammer, you can build your story in Instagram. They have better features. You can share it with one click to your business page. Cool? We good? Erica says, I find I have to make separate stories for Facebook since I use a lot of the features connected to Instagram only to link my IGTV. Okay, so that's great. Thank you for bringing that up. So if you're using a lot of the features in terms of like tagging people and IGTV over on Instagram, you can still share it to your Facebook page. It's not going to carry those links over. So that's a good point, just so you guys know. There's some tricks that you can do. We won't cover those right now. But yes, good point. See, I have to hold myself back. You guys tell me I got to do better about that, so I'm practicing. But long story short, yes, you can still create and share in both places. We'll just leave it there. See, you guys almost got me. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring over my screen here so you guys can see what we're working with here. Boom. Oops, I gotta be on the right screen. Okay, cool. So what we're looking at right now is what? My personal Facebook feed. Tell me what you notice. Anything new here? Erica's all, I could see your excitement bubbling. You'll have to tell us in the Hey Ed community. Yeah, Erica, I was going to say that. I was going to say I probably just need to hold that for the Hey Ed community. I think that's going to be a training in there. And for those who don't know, if you just tuned in, Hey Ed is my membership community that helps you with business and tech. So you get support all month long. Trust me, it's worth every single penny and then some. So take a look at that later at edtroxel.com. Link is in the comments. So what I noticed today, this just happened this afternoon. What's going on right up here? Anybody notice the difference? What did you used to have here? It still said stories, but what did you used to have right here? Can anybody guess? You know I got to make you work a little bit. It used to be circles. Do you guys remember? It was the little circles, our little heads, bobbles. And then this happened. Now, I don't know if this is going to last. I'm sure it is, but you know how Facebook is. They like to test and they like to roll it out to different profiles. So you may not have this yet, but this just showed up on my profile. Look at that space that they take. Doesn't that get you curious? Anybody else is your curiosity sparked when you see how much space they're taking up at the top compared to the little circle that they had? That was the first thing that caught my eye. Why do you think that they took up more space? Leslie, yeah, tiny circles. Erica, it creates more of a teaser. Yeah, it's true. Why do you think that they took up more space? Erica says it creates more of a teaser, which is nice. But what do you think that Facebook is trying to push more? We all know that the news feed is kind of like wonky, right? We don't get to see what we want from the people that we want to see it from. We get a lot of ads. So what's Facebook preparing for? Stories. And this is a huge indicator of why you need to practice stories. This just got huge. And we can tell because of the design. You guys, I love talking about it, user experience, UX, for anybody who's into design. But I love talking about design and like helping people figure out, like the best user experience. That's where I come in and help people organize, not just, their files and stuff, but like their websites and their layout and how people are coming to their website and the whole process, right? So this type of stuff is what gets me going really like excited, because it went from the little clean circles to now these bigger squares almost. They're not really squares, but you know what I mean. It's easier to see. Yes, it's easier to click on. And look at the design. Look at the design. They're carrying the little circle. I'm holding the phone like you guys can see what I'm doing on the phone, but they're carrying the design. Here is me, because this is for my story, so they're taking my profile picture. Then an easy plus button to add, because they want us to add to our stories. That's where it's going. That's the new news feed. Then here's my story, which shows the latest one that I posted with my profile picture. Look there's Mickey. If we tap on Mickey, there's the story. Notice that these have been around, but they have added all of those too now. So they're making it more interactive for us, because stories is where it's at, which is why it's important for you, if you have a business page, to start playing with your stories, because not a lot of people are doing that yet, which means what? You get favored a little bit more. So that low reach in your Facebook page news feed Still sucks, but if you start adding to your story, that kind of makes it look better, right? Because now you're getting this be seen a little bit more. I'm not saying that it's going to be, the winner for everything, but you have to play the game. You have to test things out, see what works. And it doesn't have to take a ton of effort either. So when you're doing these tests, just take a look, see what works. Don't go out and create all this brand new stuff. Figure out what you can repurpose. I love that word, right? Repurpose. Now, what I want to show you, one last thing here, is when we go to story, I am just going to pop that there. We'll see like my nasty keyboard, so there's that. But notice that can you guys see? Let me see if I can move this up. Maybe you can't. Let me see. Oh yeah, normal. Can you guys see that? At the bottom it says normal and then videos on the right, and then it has boomerang and live. They got rid of text, which just blows my mind. I'm like, why would you get rid of text? Why would you get rid of it? I don't know why it's still stuck on that screen, so let's get back. But why would you get rid of text? Text is like the ultimate fun of your stories because you get to lead people up to that. You can like build up on that. I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys because that's something that I want you to look out for and keep testing and seeing what's going on there. Let me get rid of this there. Leslie says, plus no need to scroll in stories. It loads and runs on its own. Woo! Leslie hitting a home run over there. Look at that. That's what we like to call as user experience, right? Think about it, you guys. When you go to a Facebook business page, any page, how long does it take to load? And then you have to keep doing this just to get to the first post. It's a pain. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to wait that long, which is why you don't build your business on Facebook. We talked about this before, which is why you don't have your website as your Facebook business page. Two separate things. You have to have a website. You can have a Facebook business page. Have to, can have. It's almost like wax on, wax off. I don't know. But understand that that's how it works. And this is another example, I should say, of why you don't build your website on Facebook. You can't build a website on Facebook for those who are like, wait, what? I mean, don't make Facebook your website because look at all the changes. You don't have any control over that. What if you build out your whole page to be this awesome page, but the newsfeed completely goes away? Then what? You have to have people find you in your own little corner on the internet, which is your website. So don't substitute that for a Facebook business page. They can go hand in hand, but you need to have a website. And if you're looking to get one and you need help, then you need to reach out to me because I can help you out. So anyway, that's what's going on with Facebook. You guys can keep letting me know in the comments after you go test your things. Feel free to tag me on Facebook, share in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. I'm curious to see, if you have the new stories feature, the new design, I should say, and then also test out, put it on your business page and see what happens with it. Go on if you're on Instagram, go test connecting it over to your business page. See how easy that is. All those things. That's what I want you to do, okay? We're going to end early so that you can go play, and then we'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If anything changes, I will let you know on the page. So see first. Like, follow, and see first. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. What is the Hey Ed community? I'll let them tell you.
I'm drawn to this community, Erica, because listen, I'm going to make sure as a business person, I know you are as well, serious business women, we're going to make sure that we're getting the content knowledge we need from the Hey Ed community. But I also want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my workday. And I know I'll get that balance in the hand
Yeah.
community. I know he'll tolerate our tangents.
And I think that's the perfect way to have a really good engaged community. It's a perfect balance of business and fun, you know. And